Hi everyone, welcome to Last Minute Coders. My name is Vinay. I hope you guys are doing good. So in this video we are going to see component in Canvas app. Firstly, we will see introduction to component, like what is a component in Canvas app. So a component is a building block which is used by an app maker to make his or her own custom control. Okay, now what did I said? So see, when you click on this insert, there are so many controls. So these are what these all of these are what controls, like text label control, edit form control, text input control, gallery control, rectangle, this shape control, right? There are so many controls. All of these are called controls. Okay. And in order to make our own control, like you can say custom control, right? So app maker, the people like us, uses this component library of power apps to make their own custom controls. Okay. Now, if you go to Microsoft documentation on Canvas component overview, you can read up here component are reusable building blocks for Canvas app so that the app maker can create custom control to use inside the app or across app using a component library. So what does this means is whatever component you build up here, right? It doesn't mean that you can only use this component within this app only. You can use this component in any other app. So that is why we can say that component is part of Power Apps, and Power Apps uses component library for this. Okay. So whatever component we build up here, so we can use those component in other app also. All right. So this is what it's mentioned up here. And in the next line it is saying component can use advanced features such as custom properties. So we can make our own properties like a event type property, data type property, actions and functions, and enable complex capabilities. Okay, so let me just show you with an example so how you can create a component. See, we have two sections when we create a blank Canvas app. So one is the screen section and one is component section, right? So hit on this new component. See, this will create a new kind of a screen for you, but this is a component screen. Now just for now, let me add one label. Okay, let me increase the font size of this label to 60. Let me enable its flexible or like auto height, and here I'll say my custom control. Okay, I'm just saying it like this. Let me increase its width, so it's well and good, right? So this is how we can make our own custom control. If I'll go to my screen, how can I use this component? I can go to insert and see within, now a new section is being enabled which is called custom. So within this I have this component one. If I click up here, so you can see, but this custom control is not responsive in nature the way all my other controls are responsive, right? If I use this label, right? So see this, it's very much responsive. Whatever size I increase decrease, it's very much responsive, right? But this one is not responsive. How should I make it responsive? So I need to make these controls responsive in nature. How I can do that? So if we'll go to component, you can use, see, horizontal and vertical container. See, these are horizontal or vertical container. If I use a vertical container and I need to paste this label within this vertical container, and I have to make this vertical container responsive. So I'll say x should be 0, y should be 0, width should be parent dot width. Okay, and its height should be parent dot height. And one more thing I need to do is click on my label and turn on align in container properties. There, click on the stretch, minimum width should be 0, and then flexible height align, like I'll on this flexible height, and minimum height I'll say 0. Okay, once these two things are done, see this. So again, did you notice this? Now this time at least it's responsive, right? See. So how did I make this custom control responsive? By adding a vertical container, or you can also use a horizontal container. Okay. So this is a very basic example. Let me delete this label from up here. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a beautiful looking modern side nav bar. Okay. So I'll say modern side nav bar. Okay. So let's make a modern side nav bar a component. Okay, the first thing is I'll play by its width property. So you can click on this component and see it has some width of 640. So I'll decrease its width to maybe let's say 200. Okay, or we can do 100. But I think 100 is fine. Okay, 100 is fine. Height I can do for now. I can do 700. That's fine. Okay, so this is our side nav. This is how our side nav bar is going to look like. So inside it, I have this vertical container. In its x, I've written 0. So sometimes in its x, you need to write something like this: parent dot width. Okay, parent dot width multiply 0. Just multiply it by 0, because sometimes even if you write 0, right, it's 40 up there. God knows why, but yeah, do for the y same thing, so that they will be coded 0. Okay, and width, for width I have written parent dot width. For height I have written parent dot height. Just give it some padding from all the side. Let's say 20 from top, 20 from bottom, 20 from left, 20 from right. Okay, then inside it, what and you can just remove this drop shadow from it, remove the border radius as well. So these few things you can do. Now inside it, what we need is, let's say, first of all, a company logo should come, and then maybe the company name. So how we can do that? For company logo, I can use a image control, right? So let me use an image control. So as soon as I added this image control, it's going outside of the screen. Reason is, you need to enable align in container, you need to enable this thing stretch, and then minimum width you need to change it to 0. And on its height, you need to write the code like this: parent dot width. Okay, so this code you need to write, so that it will take the same width as the it will take the same width and same height. Okay, now this is cool. Let me press Control X and Control V again. Something is going wrong. Let me check. Okay, it's taking 100. It should not take 100. Parent dot width. Okay, I'm saying parent dot width. So sorry. It should be self dot width. Okay, so it's its own width. Whatever. When I click up here, it is taking some width, and which is 60, by the way. Maybe it's not showing up here, but it's 60 when I clicked up here. So it's responsive width. What I can do is I can click on my this container, and from the left hand side I can say 10, right also 10, so that the image is a little bit bigger. I can click on this image, how to make it round in shape. So border radius we can make 100. Okay, if 100 doesn't work for you, just add one more zero, just say 1000, just to be on the safe side. So it will be a complete circle, right? Which is now this is good. Below, let's say we need a company name. So for that I can use a label. But this label is now outside of this container, so I need to cut it, and I need to paste it inside this vertical container. So this label is again going outside. Reason, because aligning container should be stretch, minimum width should be 0, right? And auto height should be on, so that it should take the proper height. Font size I'm going to take 10. Okay, or maybe 8, whatever you prefer. Center line it, and for now I am saying company name. Okay, so this is cool. So this is the logo, and this is the name of the company. You can make it semi bold, bold, depending on your requirement. Okay, the background color, we can give whatever is your theme. Just use those, use that color. Okay, for now I'm taking this one. Okay, I'm taking this dark blue one, and the color I'm going to change it to white, so that it's clearly visible. All right, now inside this container, what I need is I need my navigations button, right? But I'll not create them like statically. I'll create a vertical gallery for this. Okay, but before that, what I suggest you guys to do it. Create one more vertical container inside this container. Turn on its flexible width. So this aligning container stretch is its flexible width. Just a minimum width should be 0, so that it will be inside. Remove any shadow, remove the border radius. Okay, now inside this you can create your vertical gallery. As you will create your vertical gallery inside it, I think it will also go outside, as it's going outside. Firstly, go to the layout, make it blank, right? Enable the this stretch property, align in container. Minimum width should be 0, and the height, flexible height should be on. Okay, minimum height also should be 0. So this looks good. Now inside this, how a modern side nav bar look like is that you have some icon, right? Let's say, let me add one icon, any icon for now. Okay, let me add any icon for now. Let's I added this one. I'll change its color to white. Okay, And see, it's the first one is here but the second one is going outside, right? Why is that? So if you'll click on your this container, right, maybe not on this container but on this gallery, if I'll click, something is there. But how we can fix that is just, for now I'm just cutting this icon, and inside this gallery I'll click on edit, and here again I'll add a vertical container. Okay, now some of you can think how many vertical containers we are building, but this is a best practice. So inside the gallery also I created a vertical container. It's x, see, currently here it is written 0, but on the top what it is written 40, right? That's the problem there. So here I can write the code like this: parent dot width multiplies 0. This is what I was saying. Just copy this code on its y also, paste the same code, right? The width should be parent dot width. Okay. The height should be parent dot template height. Now why template height? Parent dot template height. The reason for template height is the height of one row. Okay. Now you may say that it's going outside. The reason it's going outside, if you click on your gallery, there is some template padding. So always keep template padding as 0. Now your container inside your gallery will take the proper width, the proper height. Okay. Now click up here. So template size of this gallery, we have, there is so many, so like a big code written. I'll write 100 there. Okay. So that the, see, this container height is now proper, right? Now inside of it I can add, let's say, one home icon. Okay, I can change its color to white. Again I can do one more thing. Click on this container, we can center line the things. So vertically and horizontally both we can center line. Now we can click on this icon. Maybe if this is way too big, let's say 30, and this also 30, height also 30. See, now it's looking good, right? Now in this, I can add one label, right? This label I have added. Again I'll center line it. Minimum width should be 0, right? Enable the auto height, center line, font size, let me keep 8. Okay, and for now I'm writing, let's say, home. Correct. So this thing I'll do and change its color to white. So see, it started to look good right now. If you want, if you think that this height is way too big, so just go to your gallery. Instead of this, let's say 70. Okay. So I think 70 is fine, and it's looking nice. So you can do one more thing. Click on this container. If you want a little bit gap, you can give gap from the top. Let's say 30. And see, it started to look good, right? If you think 30 is way too much, just click on this container too and just say, let's say, 10. Right? Whatever works, man. So see, it started to look good, right? Okay. So now what we can do is that, we need to create some custom properties for this side nav bar. How we can create property for the side nav bar is just click on this modern side nav bar, create a custom property. Firstly, let me just show you how you can create a property for this company name and for this image. So just say company logo. So one property is this company logo, let's say. You can give a space in names, but let's not give name space. The property type should be input because we need to take input from the user, and its data type is going to be an image. All right, you can hit on create. That's it. So see, a new custom property has been created. Right now, we'll go to the screen, right, and for now I'm gonna delete this one. And if I go to my component, so the name of this component is modern side navbar. So you can go click on insert and click on modern side navbar, so you can see, right, it's coming. Now here I can change. The beautiful thing about is I can change the width up here. So if I think this width is way too much, I can make it 80, right? Height also I can make the dynamic. I can say parent dot height. And since everything is responsive, the way I made it is responsive, so it's following the rules, right? For now, let's make width as 100 only. Okay, so I think it's good. Now if I'll click on this modern, so see, company logo, there is something is coming, right? I can upload my logo, right? So from my screens I can upload. So let me quickly upload any logo which I have. Okay, let me use this image. Okay, so let's wait. And see, this is now here, but how to use this image up here? So you need to go to your component, click on this image, And see, first of all, change the image position from fit to fill. Then in image property, what you need to write is modern side nav bar dot, what is the new property? So the property name is company logo. And that's it. If you'll go to the screen now, you will see the company logo up here. See, it's coming, right? How it is coming? Because we have created one custom property here. The same way we have properties for any controls, right? Let me use a label and let me just show you with an example. So see, these are all the properties of this control, right? This text label. The same way for this custom control, we have created one custom property. Few properties are already there, like x, y, width, height, fill, and visible. One we have made custom, like company logo. Correct. The same way you can make a property for company name. So I'll click up here. I'll say company name. Okay. This time, let me not give a space. I don't like spaces. And the data type should be text. It's also an input type property. In description, you can give correct description. The reason to give the company correct description is description is like write the company name here, something like that. If I click on create, so see what will happen, a new custom property has been created. See company name. If I click up here, and if I remove this, maybe in description somewhere when we hover, so see when I hover over this, write the company name here, right? It's giving me some tool tip. Correct. So company name, let's say last minute coders. If I give my company name here, now see I given the company name here, but this company name didn't got changed, right? So I need to go to the component. I need to click on this label company name, and here I need to remove this text, and here I need to write modern side nav bar dot company name. Correct. And if I'll go to the screen this time, so you can see my company name is popping up here, right? All right. Now one complex property we will create for this gallery, and that property will be of type table, because see gallery takes table as an input. So I'll click on my modern side nav bar, create a new property. I'll say nav table. Okay. And it will be of type table only. So everything looks okay to me. I'll hit on create. So if I click on this nav table, see some sample table is being created, but I don't need the sample table. So within this table, what I'll create some columns like ID, nav name. Let's say first button, first will be home. Then which screen will I navigate through this? So let's say screen one. Okay. Then what will be the icon? So I'll say icon dot home. So I've created, let's say, four column. If I click outside, right, you can click up here. So see, four columns I've created: ID, nav name, screen, and icon. So this is good. Now what I can do is one more property I need to make is that is an is item selected, something like that, and I'll say true. Okay. So is item selected? I'll say true. So five properties I have created, five columns I have created. So I'll click on this gallery and click on the data source. Currently it's written custom gallery sample, so I'll remove this. I'll say modern side nav bar dot nav table is the property that I've created. So you can see only one item is coming up here now. I'll click on this home icon, go to the icon property. I'll say this item dot icon. Okay. So now this item dot icon is the column in when I connected this table, right? So it's the column in that table, and in this label it should be this item dot nav name is the nav name is the name of the this label. Okay. So now I can go to my screen. So for now I'm only seeing one, but see in this nav table I can create another item also, right? So if I click up, copy this and put a comma, another row, let's say four rows I've created. So for now ID I can keep, like, let's say 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, let's say this is service, let's say this is about us, and this is contact us. Okay. And let me change the icon also. This one is called, let's say, tools. For about us, let's use people. For contact us, let's use icon dot users or user, something like that. Add user, let's use this one. Okay. And note one more thing is, one will be true, other will be false, right? For this screen, false, false. So this one also will be false. I'll show the use of this later. Just don't worry. And this one is also going to be false. So I think all are good. You can see up here, right? It's quite modern looking, like company logo, home, right? And it's very much dynamic. I can add another button, right, from up here. Very easy. Correct. So you can also add a settings button. It's totally up to you, right? For home, when I'm on the home, so this page is, let's say this is my home page. Okay, this is my home page. Correct. So when I'll click on this, the first button, I should be on the home page. So it's this icon color should be, let's say, yellow. So how we can do that is just by clicking on these two, go to the color property. I'll say before this, if this item dot, and there is this one property which I created is item selected. If it is true, then the color should be color dot yellow. Let's say otherwise color should be white if it is not selected. So see what this will do is that if I'll go to my screen, so whichever screen I'll be on, so that will be yellow in color, and the other screen will be, like, the other navigation button will be white. Okay, now how we can navigate from one screen to other? So when I click on the home, I'll be on the screen one. Let me duplicate the screens quickly. So I'll say duplicate a screen, duplicate a screen, duplicate a screen. So I've created three screen. The first is the home. The second, if I'll go to the second screen again, in the second screen, this is, let's say, service screen. Let's say I'll write service. The third screen, I'll say this is my about. This is my about as a screen. Okay, and the last one, I'll say this is my contact as a screen. Okay, this is my contact us screen. So I've created three screens. How we will navigate from one screen to other? So I'll click. See, I'm on the screen 1_3, which is contact as a screen. So I'll go to the this one, nav table. So currently it's written that screen 1_3, but it should not be like this. When I click on the home, so I should be on the screen one. When I click up here, I should be on screen 1_1. When I click on this about us, I should be on screen 1_2, and this one is fine, right? And one more thing, when I will be on this screen, so this one will be true, and the first one will be false. Okay, so this is also cool. Correct. So I can copy this code, go up here, go to the this about us screen. I'll paste it. Only one thing I need to change is this one will be false this time, and this one will be true. About us will be true. See, about us, the third record is true. So see, this is yellow now. I'll go to screen 1_1. Again, go to this nav table, paste the same code up here. This time, this one will be false, and the second one will be true. Okay, so that the service one will be like yellow, and in my screen one, which is, I'll click on the side nav bar. Again, I'll paste the same thing, so that again and again I don't have to write the code. So this one will be false this time, and the first one will be true. So see how it's going to work. If I'll play my app, right, so if I'm on home screen, so this is yellow, and this, if I click on the service, something is happening. It's not navigating. Maybe the navigation, are they not working a screen? Okay, so till now I haven't given navigation function. So how to navigate? Go to your components, select both of this. Okay, and on there, go to advanced. On there, on select property, I need to write navigate, and here I need to write this item dot screen. So one column I've created, right, when I was creating this screen. So this time, if I'll go to my screen and if I'll play my app, if I click on the service, so see, I'll be navigated to service. If I click on about us, see, this time it's perfectly working, right? See, from any page I can go to any page. You can see up here as well, service, about us, home, right? So this is how you can make a responsive dynamic side nav bar using component. And I hope you guys learned about component in this video, right? So component is all about property. I'll again create one more video on this. So these are some of the basic property. You can go to settings, you can enable the advanced property also. If you'll go to upcoming features, there is something called enhance component property, so you can enable this. Once you will enable this, right? If I'll hit on close this time, if I'll click on new property, so see property type, now I'm seeing the four options: data, functions, event. And so in another video I'm going to show you an example on all of these property types. Okay, till now we have only seen for data, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video, you learned something from it. And if you did, don't forget to hit on subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends and colleagues, share your valuable feedback in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Goodbye.